Hey everybody, today's video is going to be a little bit different because I'm not vlogging, I'm actually doing a Q&A video. A lot of people have always been asking me questions in the comments and I've been doing my best to answer them, but I wanted to do a dedicated Q&A video because it's pretty standard here on YouTube for people to do that, but also just to answer more questions for you guys and answer them in a longer form rather than just a response in the comment. I also didn't want to do this alone, so I brought a special guest. Oh wait, hold on. There we go. This is my niece Jamie. You've seen in the vlog. She's really cute, and so I thought I'd include her. She's going to be reading the questions, and I'll be answering them. But let's just get to it. All right, first question. Jamie, will you do us the honors, please?
This question is from Michelle L. She wanted to know, what was your main reason for moving to New York City, and how long do you plan on staying there?
That's a very good question, and that's one that I get asked often on my channel and in real life. My main reason for moving to New York City was just that I wanted to live here. I went to school, went to college for theater, and obviously New York City is the mecca for theater, and so I always had a plan to move there. I lived in Chicago for many years, and it's a big city here in the United States, but I wanted to move up to the next thing, and so I just decided to move there, and it's been great so far. As far as how long I plan on staying in New York City, I don't have a definite answer for that. You know, if an opportunity arises for me to do something, I think it's a good opportunity or a good experience, I'll take it. Next question.
This question is from Cherry Lee. She wanted to know, how would you connect with the world if YouTube disappeared tomorrow?
That is an excellent question. I would just find something else that allowed me to... We might need to try this one again.
Bless you.
Thank you. Alright, let's try it again.
Yeah.
I would just try to find another platform or another outlet for me to express myself in the way that I wanted to. That's the most important thing. That's the thing I like most about YouTube, is that I'm able to create stuff that I want to create and share it with people in a way that is open and not controlled by anyone else, really. Alright, question number 3.
This is another question from Michelle L. She wanted to know, what other vloggers are your favorite and inspire you?
Ben Brown, Louis Cole, it's fun for Louis, now Casey Neistat. This is something I didn't mention in the question of why I moved to New York, was one of Casey Neistat's videos. And I'll link it here. There's a good chance that a lot of you have already seen it. It just really gave me the motivation to start creating again and eventually just move to New York. But anyway, the third person I watch, blogger, is Casey Neistat. And I've watched him for a very long time, even before he was a blogger. But I guess you can call him a blogger now since he's doing that every day. Good question so far. What's the next one?
Green Swath 9 wanted to know, what has been your happiest moment in New York?
This is a tough question, and it's not one that I have an answer to. I don't have a single moment that's my happiest in New York, but the reason I like New York so much and that I'm so happy there is because I'm happiest when I'm experiencing something new, or when I'm seeing something new, or smelling, or hearing. And New York has so much of that to offer. If I lived there for the rest of my life, I would never experience everything that it has to offer. But those are my happiest moments, when I'm experiencing something. I hope that answers your question. Next.
Shashwan Amanda wanted to know, did you like New York City after staying there? And what are the main differences between how you thought it would be and how it is?
The answer for the first question, did I like New York City after staying there, is definitely yes. To answer your second question, the main differences between how I thought it would be and how it actually is. The big misconception about New York City is that all the citizens are very rude. People that live there are rude, and they just don't care about other people, and that's not the case at all. After visiting for the first time, even before I moved there, I realized that people aren't necessarily rude, they're just blunt. Things are faster paced in New York City, and so people just get to the point. Also, people in New York City, in general, are very helpful and very caring. Like I said, most of them, if you were asking for directions, if you were asking for advice, they're more than willing to talk to you. It may seem like they're in a rush, but it's probably because they are. Don't be afraid to talk to New Yorkers. Some of them are probably rude, but there are rude people everywhere. Is it boring for you yet? Okay, good. Because we got a few more.
Yeah. The next one is from Moo JP. they wanted to know, if you could collaborate with anyone on a video, who would it be and why?
There are a lot of people I would love to collaborate with, but I think if I had to pick one, it would be Casey Neistat. The reason for that is because I just really would love to see his process, to be involved in his process. Obviously, he has mastered his craft of filmmaking, especially for YouTube, and I really want to see how he does it, how he creates, how he plans and works, and I want to be involved in that. What's the next one?
The next question is from Simon Gomez. He wanted to know, what do you like and dislike the most about New York City, and what do you do there for a living?
The thing that I like most about New York City is what I mentioned earlier, that there's always something new to do and experience. The thing that I dislike most, I think, is that traffic in general, whether it be cars or people, they have no awareness or regard for the other people around them. And so it's, when people are walking on the sidewalks, when people are driving on the streets, they just sort of do what they need to, or what's best for them, without any regard to the people around them. So if they need to turn into this store or turn on this street, they don't look to see if someone's coming and if they're going to run into them or cut them off. They just sort of do it. And then what do I do for a living? I work for a software company, a software startup, and I do customer support for them. I'm a support representative. Basically, I'm helping our users with their questions and with their problems, and finding new ways to make that process better and easier for them. Hey, Charlotte. You can't see her, but dog's here. Hey, baby.
This is from Lenny Benny. He wanted to know, what were your first couple months of New York City like?
The first couple months, moving anywhere, are really exciting and really hard. I had moved to New York City without an apartment, because it's very difficult to find an apartment when you're in New York City. When you're not living there, it's even more difficult. No one wanted to rent to me because they couldn't meet me in person. And so I was lucky enough that I had a friend who would let me stay with her for the first month. And then she introduced me to a friend of hers who was looking for a roommate. And now we've been roommates for 2.5 years. But the first couple months were rough because I had friends up there, but not a lot. I was learning how to live in this new city. I was poor. I made it through just by living there, by experiencing as much as I could in New York City and just enjoying all this new stuff that I had to do. All right, we have 2 more questions. Only 2 more to go. What's the next one?
This is by JP again. He wanted to know, do you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend?
No. All right. Next question.
Peter Waller wanted to know, what was your motivation for starting your vlog and how did that change over time? In other words, what keeps you going vlogging-wise nowadays?
So, what was my motivation to start vlogging? This I have an answer for, and people always ask me this question. Basically, I was working from home when I first moved to New York. I was lucky enough, my job let me work from home, and I was doing nothing. So I would wake up, I was already at work, and then by 6:30 at night, especially during the winter, it's pitch dark by that point, I finished work and I was already home. And so it was really difficult for me to motivate myself to go out and do stuff. And the way to combat that was to make plans, force myself, get myself on a schedule to say, okay, every weekend I'm going to make sure to do something really fun and interesting so that I'll have a cool video to put on YouTube. And also, I was starting to do these things anyway, and I wanted to have an outlet to share them with my family and friends who weren't in New York City and who I wanted to show and tell about these things. But the main reason was to motivate myself to get out and actually do stuff. And it's worked amazingly. I started vlogging in August, I don't remember, of 2014. And by 2015, by the first month of 2015, I had already traveled outside the country, which I had never done before, and then motivated myself and made the commitment to make sure to travel at least once a month, every month of this year. And I was able to do that, and now I have all these subscribers and these people that enjoy coming with me on my adventures. So the vlog has done great things for my life, and I'm really glad I motivated myself to do that. Well, thank you very much for joining me and asking the questions for me. I appreciate it. Say bye to everybody.
Bye.
Thank you all for asking the questions. Hopefully I'll get to do more of these in the future. And I appreciate the questions, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Thanks. Bye.